today we're unpacking one of our 7 principles, dependability. So Deo, can you define dependability and why this concept is really important when it comes to culture and climate work with our partners?
Yes, dependability is about being in a place where you feel that others have your back. That's pretty much the simplest way. Others have your back and you have others' back. And part of that is there's a rule of engagement that organizations have in place. And part of that engagement, it's operational, it's how you deal with other folks. And the important part of that is being able to, what you say that you're able to do, and same thing for others, what they say they're able to do. And that's really important because dependability it's driven by trust, reliance, right? Being able to rely on one another. And if you don't have that in an organization, it jeopardizes a lot of experiences that's operational related, but also people's ability to trust you.
Right. I think trust is really closely tied to this concept of dependability. And it's really easy for those two ideas to get overlooked in your day-to-day operations. So could you talk about a few typical issues that are related to dependability and trust within an organization that we sometimes see in our work with our partners?
Yeah, there's a lot of examples here. The one that we see often, and we work with different types of organizations. So some of our organization we work with, they have employees that are hourly, some of them are salary, but time is a big factor, right? In terms of when folks are supposed to show up to work, if their ability to show up to work or not, right? And then the other times we see this play out is really around, sometimes people calling out. And then when we go into the actual operation, it might be more tactical. So it might be that you're supposed to deliver on this day in a particular deliverable that you didn't. Sometimes we work with employees that are stationary in different locations. So a lot of that is like a big factor in terms of what people are looking for and the ability for people to feel if they're in a team that they can depend on one another. And sometimes it's also on the personnel side, right? So if someone trusted you, came up to you and said, hey, I just need to share this with you. Please don't disclose it with anyone. And then you take that information, you disclose it with someone else. That circles back. We're brought into situations where things like that's happening. So through gossiping, and it becomes very toxic, right? Where people feel like they can't trust somebody, they can't depend on someone because they disclosed something that was either personal that then went full circle and was used against them. So I do want to highlight that sometimes it's on the operational side of things where it's more tactical, but sometimes it's also on the individual side, the interpersonality in terms of how people engage with one another. On both ends, it's really, really important to account for that.